Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm done with the intro. Now it's your turn. Continue.
I wasn't paying attention to where you were. You're Jeremiah Jennings.
Thanks for tuning in to another Marriage Monday, right?
Yeah, it's like one of those things you have to start in the middle. I mean, you have to start from the beginning. If you start from the middle, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just total repetition.
Yes, like you just haven't memorized.
It's like a Bible verse. Like there's no way you can start in the middle of a Bible verse. You just have to
What?
You have to start from the beginning, like when you when you were a kid, memorizing Bible like scripture. Welcome to the show today, guys. Change that up on you a little bit, but we are here for another Marriage Monday. Excited for today's show. I don't know what we're going to get into. Actually, I do know what we're going to get into.
I was like, what? Did we not just?
Yeah, this is going to be pretty entertaining. It's pretty much just going to be not a pet peeve episode, but it's going to be
no. This is nowhere near that.
No, this is going to have a little bit of value to it. Just a little bit.
We're a little mix.
So we are actually going to do something funny that we just thought about. Okay, wait. Stop. Pause. Set a heart update. Does anybody understand what I just said? I said that so fast. It's a update. Does anybody understand that?
Did you just have stroke?
That's how you sound all the time. 75 hard update. Okay.
No one cares. Yes,
they do. They're devoted. If you're listening to this show at this point, you want the 75 hard update.
What day are we on?
I have no clue.
I don't know either.
What is 7? Let's see. We got the trusty, dusty calculator here.
Yeah, okay.
It is dusty. 75 minus, how many days do we have left?
It's really
12. We have 12 days left.
You know what's so amazing is now we're so close we can count backwards.
We are on day 63.
63.
63 out of 75. We are so close, yet so far. Fantastic news. Oh,
my gosh.
This is the best news we've ever found out in our life. I'm not joking. Aside from Savannah being pregnant with Jack, and her saying yes to us getting married, this is the best news ever. Spill the news of your mistake.
I miscounted, and we're actually going to end on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Praise God.
So we get one less day.
So pretty much, Brian and Liz, I need you to let us speak on Saturday so we can be totally just free and not have to worry about working out. I don't want to speak on Friday.
Yeah, I know. We're already how are we going to work out in the morning before? Anyways, it's fine.
So let us speak Saturday, and then we'll be totally free, and we'll just probably be up on the stage eating ice cream or something, or eating some.
Yeah, Jeremiah's gonna have to put his ice cream down and come up on stage.
100%. That's not a joke. If they have anything there at the resort, we'll be having it. So that is the best news. But it's been awesome getting to this point. It's been hard.
Fine.
It has been good.
I'm so done.
Are we gonna do a full recap episode?
Is that needed? I feel like we do that every week. We recap for the week prior every week.
Yeah, but we've never gone into I guess we have, but
it sucks.
We can update on our last week.
Let me tell you something. I was going to say you need to follow up with that because you're like, what can happen? It happened the next morning.
Last week, if you haven't listened to last week's episode, go back. The title is "Am I the most unlucky human on planet Earth?"
The answer is yes.
We talked about all of the bad luck that I have and the misfortune that is afforded to me. Are you going to let me talk or not?
Sure.
Are you just going to run the show?
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit in silence, and then the whole show will be
in
in
silence. I was just trying to say, we're not gonna speak anything to existence this week. We do not need anything else to happen.
No, nothing else can happen.
You are not the most unlucky person in the world. You are very lucky.
Yeah,
things go great for us.
This is good. We're in fantastic
shape. Nothing bad ever happens.
No, don't say that. That's the opposite.
Oh my gosh.
So, long story short, we had that episode we recorded that on Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember. Monday morning, we went out to mow, and we were in separate trucks. I had the truck with a dump trailer, and then the guys were out with.
No,
I didn't have the dump trailer. The box truck was in the shop.
Yeah, you were here working.
Yeah,
we went on a walk. Yeah.
No, I was in my.
Okay.
Maybe was it that day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went and joined them. I went and met them. We walked in the morning. We did our workout, whatever. I went and met them. I was in my truck. The box truck was in the shop, so they were in the old truck pulling the trailer. And we, needless to say, got there. The truck was making a weird noise.
No, because they called you, and they were like,
I don't remember that. You're remembering a different thing than I did. I don't think that's
or
the way
he
that happened.
texted you or something. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Long story short, I went out there. The truck was making a weird noise. I took a video of it. Ran down to the mechanic that we spend $1 million out a month. Like I might as well put them on retainer. And talked to them. I played the video. And if you've ever like been in a mechanic's shop and so the owner and one of their lead mechanics was in there when I played this. They both just like looked up at me and their eyes just like got so big and their mouths just dropped. And I was like, oh my, like, just what is it? Like, and they just looked at me and they're like, yeah, motor's shot. Like, your motor's done. There's no way.
Love that. Love that for us.
We are going to get a second opinion before I just trash it. But the truck is not worth putting a new motor in it for $10,000. No. So.
But it's so sad because this is like your first.
Yeah, this was the first
company truck and you got it wrapped. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Or not wrapped, but like all
lettered.
your stuff. Yeah, all your stuff's on it.
So that was where we're at. That was Monday. And then the rest of the week went pretty well. We got a mini skid steer this week, which was awesome. We didn't really talk about that on Friday's episode, but got a mini skid steer for the business, which is fantastic. That's just a big jump for us. That was one positive thing out of last week. But business is just one big risk, and that's what we're doing. Just taking it one step at a time, trying to be the best that we can. So that was the kind of the last week update. We had that bad luck, but what we want to get into today was just something kind of silly that we thought about.
Silly, goofy.
Yeah, we just Googled. What was your actual Google? Like, what did you type in?
Well, I tried to like be serious with it at first, and I could get nowhere. Just like marriage tips, like top 5.
We just want to
tips.
see what the internet had to say.
Yeah, like what do people think are the most important popular marriage tips? We're just gonna like talk about them and see, are they kind of overrated?
And then what
do they work?
Lead to?
What did it lead to?
Yeah, what did you actually type? I said this was like some funny ones or something.
There are some. It was like good ones and then humorous ones. So we got a little bit of everything, but some of them seem a little cheesy, but I think there's some truth. Yeah,
we're just gonna run through some of these really fast. It's nothing mind blowing, but it's good stuff that you don't really think about every day.
Yeah, it sparks conversation. There's a good one down
One
there.
thing that I've realized is like you can have like a lot of things going on in your life. You can make a lot of moves. You can do a lot of things to make your marriage better. But there's things that sometimes you just don't think about, like reading something that somebody else read. It goes back to the principle of like reading a book. Like you might not, it might not be anything profound, or listening to a podcast.
Well, the thing is like we just
hearing
try
somebody else
so
talk
often and like overcomplicate things.
Yeah,
like some of these are just so simple that you don't even realize. Like, are you even implementing that? Like, it's such a simple.
Yeah, the first one. The first one here is love doesn't mean you will always agree, see eye to eye, or never have an argument. It means despite the bad days, you still can't see yourself without that person. That's pretty good. That's something that I would say everybody can take and
I feel like so often
implement.
Yeah, we just take our spouse for granted. Like you don't think about the fact that I don't know what I'm saying. Like we're not stuck together. I mean, we are, but we're not. Like
no, you chose.
No one. We didn't do this against our will. We chose to be together. So at the end of the day,
it's just enforcing. Like there is no other option. And like if you've listened to the show, there 100% people that have been remarried that listen to the show, which is fine. Like that happens. But for us in our marriage, like divorce is not an option. That's our belief, and this is just kind of emphasizes that of like no matter how bad the days are, no matter how bad the arguments are,
we still chose to
no matter
make that commitment.
how long the nights are with a kid. You never never just quit. Yeah,
and it's not that it's like, oh, we chose this, like we're committed. It's like we want this. Like
even in the times
I feel like this kind of goes into the next one that says, it's two people. It requires two people who choose to love each other even when they struggle to like each other. And I feel like that is so true.
I don't like you, but I always love you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I just beat you to it. Don't even act like that. You already had it on the tip of your tongue. Don't even act like that.
I don't know if that is just like not a talked about thing, but like there are definitely things, and it's not even always at you. Like, you have so many other things going on in your life and you're just irritated. And sometimes the way that you breathe, like just is irritating. And I feel like that's just life, and that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, you still love each other even when you don't like each other. That's what my mom always told me about my brother.
Yeah.
You still have to love each other even when you don't like each other.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. But in marriage, I feel like it's more true. Okay?
And then you take
we chose to love each other. We chose each other.
You can also take that the other way.
I'm just
Oh my
kidding.
goodness.
He's fine. We're fine now.
You
We're
can take that
adults.
the other way and say it's what I was like. I have to love you. I don't have to like you though. Like that's
Yeah.
what people say like with friends and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
so,
but we also, I feel like it's different in marriage because you chose each other.
yeah,
You know, like we chose this, but at the end of the day, you still love them even when you don't like them, and I think sometimes to sit down and just remember that helps.
yeah. This one goes back to what the first point was. Couples who make it aren't the ones who never had a reason to get divorced. They're simply the ones who decide that their commitment to each other is always more important than their differences and flaws.
Yeah.
That's really good. That just emphasizes even when times are tough. Like, and you can't sit here and say if you've been married for any length of time. If you've been married longer than 6 months, I would say 6 months is a good, like, you can probably make it 6 months without having really any big tiffs. It depends on how long you dated.
Yeah, and yeah.
But you've been married for 6 months. You've been married longer than that. You've had some type of tiff, some type of, like, argument, some type of
Yeah.
something that's led to you really not being happy with each other.
Yeah.
And for an extended period of time. This just emphasizes that, like, that's not just because you have a disagreement, a hard day, a bad day, you say something you shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
Like, those aren't reasons that you just walk away from your marriage. Like,
Right.
there is, biblically, there is no other reason to walk away other than infidelity or abuse. And it's like, today's world, there's so many reasons.
Yeah, people are so selfish, and they
Like-
get tired of, you know, you feel like you fall out of love, or they're not.
That's the thing. You fall out of love. Like that.
Yeah.
That's something.
The little spark goes away, the honeymoon phase kind of dies off, and it's like that's not. You don't get married for the honeymoon phase. You get married for the life together. You know,
Yeah,
and that's. I don't know.
I don't
can't
see. I
understand that.
don't understand how you fall out of love. And unless you were just not neither one of you putting in effort. Like
Yeah, and people say
That's
you want
something-
different things in life. Like I don't know. First of all, that's probably a conversation you should have before you get married.
yeah,
But no, the only way you fall out of love is if you both stop putting in an effort.
yeah. You
know?
I mean, and it's probably a downhill spiral. Like
Yeah.
one of you stops doing something that the other one wants, and then you
and then
stop
out of
doing.
selfishness, you're like, well, I'm not gonna.
You're not going to do it, and then you just go
reciprocate.
back and forth.
And you get in the cycle.
You get in the cycle, the downhill cycle. What book is that?
I
I
can't remember.
Love and Respect.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
so.
sure that's it. So, it's a really good marriage
Anyways.
book. But yeah, it's sad because that's the world that we live in. But I mean, divorce rates are literally over 50%. Like, 50.
Yeah,
Yeah, just I don't
Scary.
know. It is scary.
that one literally says wait, scroll back up.
What?
It says the divorce rate is so high right now. This is because every time your spouse does something that's deemed wrong, it always seems like the world is preaching divorce at you.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you look at it. Like,
And that's I
Even
feel
if-
like a good different point. Sorry,
no, I'm not.
is you know, who are you surrounding yourself with as far as, you know, marriage and like influence you. You know, when you have things go wrong with your spouse, or the people around you like encouraging you to
Yeah.
make it work, or do you have people that are, you know, I don't know.
No, I mean this goes down to literally what you listen to, and we can talk about this because so the concert we went to Las Vegas for y'all heard that whole story, the disaster of a trip that was. It was a fun trip, but getting
Yeah.
there and all that.
Oh,
The lady went. Okay. Also, I didn't realize that I never said who we went to see. I could have sworn we
I
said
thought
that.
we did.
I mean, Brian admitted he was a Swiftie after that episode, but he thought that I was, and that was like not true. So we went to see Kelsey Ballerini, and she's a leading, not a leading. She's an up and coming.
Very like she's blowing up.
Yeah,
right
she's
now.
an up and coming country music star. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
It's so funny though because she's been around for like 10 years.
But here's the
Just-
thing:
anyways,
her songs are very well written. They're very well thought out. But
she's an amazing writer.
what's sad is the album that has blown her up is talking about divorce.
She
Like that-
very recently went through a pretty rough divorce, and as an artist decided to like put it into her music and wrote
Yeah.
about it, and it has like very much so like blown her up, put her on the map,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's just sad that
But it's
so many people are
it's the
resonating
number one
with.
example. Like this
Yeah.
is it. Like this is the world telling you divorce. Like if you,
I don't
if-
think she's like
I don't.
preaching.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I don't want to
she's.
get into this on the show. Like I don't
I don't think she's preaching get
preaching
divorced.
divorce.
But I'm saying it's out there for like. it's an option. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like it's definitely an option over
I
because
think
they're
it's
the
more
perfect.
so, but her songs are more so the reality of a divorce and not glamorizing it. Like
No,
in
yeah.
no way is it like.
It's talking about the hard, like the struggle.
If
of it.
anything, it like is sad and it makes you
Oh,
wanna
it
be
is
like,
sad.
I don't ever want to go through that.
Yeah, no, it's very sad, and it depends on how you interpret it. But it's just the fact. I think they were the perfect example. You can go look this up, read your articles, or do whatever you. She did a podcast about it and talked all about it. They are the perfect example of they fell out of love.
Yes,
That would be their excuse or their reason.
She goes to talk about like neither of them are perfect, but like they
wanted different things. They didn't.
He stopped putting in an effort totally, and she felt like she was the only one giving in the relationship, and she couldn't do it anymore. It was like very much that type of thing. So that's kind of where that came from. But
that's like the perfect example of what we just talked about. Of that is a viable option for a lot of people out in today's world.
Yeah, I
and
feel like that's a very common
not,
thing. You just don't feel like you're getting enough out of your spouse.
Yeah, and like that's not an excuse. Like that's not an excuse to just hang it up and walk away. You just don't do that. So anyway, that was just like perfect example. The songs that she writes, very, like I said, very well written. It's not saying, oh, go get divorced. It's telling you like how tough it is.
The reality of it.
It's just the thing.
But
of,
it's
like,
just sad about how much
there are so many people
it
that
has,
are
it literally blown up, and that this many people are like resonating with what she went through, and what it's just it's that common of a thing.
Yeah, and I mean, whether she intends it to or not, people will get divorced because of this album. Like people will go through, they will finalize, they'll be like, oh man, this is me. I'm in this spot. Like we're doing this. And they'll file for divorce. Like that's just at the end of the day, it will happen. The amount of people that listen, the amount of like, it's just the platform that she has. So,
anyways, next.
Why? You don't want to talk about it?
No.
Why?
I just feel like we've talked about it.
We have. It's good. I mean, I'm not sitting here criticizing. I'm just saying that's what the world offers nowadays, and it's just sad that we've gotten to this point. So. A good marriage isn't something you find, it's something you make, and you have to keep on making. Goes back to what we just said.
Go right into skip this one and go to the next one. Nope. I don't know where it's at.
Which one?
It's the one about money, because I feel like it just ties in with that one. Did you see it?
No, I didn't say money.
Scroll back up.
What?
I don't want to. Oh, yeah. People say that marriage is just a piece of paper, but so is money, and you still get up every single day and work hard for it.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
I mean, dang.
Yeah, that's good.
When was the last time that
wow, yeah.
you put as much effort into your marriage as you do
so if you didn't hear
furthering yourself
say that
in
again.
your job? Stop. People, I'm not going to say stop. People say that marriage is just a piece of paper, but so is money, and you still get up every day and work hard for it.
Yeah, that's good.
Like
your marriage is worth way more than a dollar bill. I mean, at the end of the day.
Yep.
That's something that we have talked about. Like, if we've talked about this on the show probably before, we got married very young. We got married very young,
right?
Very early. Like our life started progressing very early. I've said a million times, like, if I would not have gotten married, I would have just built the business for the first 6-7 years. Like, I would be a lot more financially, like, further off, I guess you could say.
I
would have a lot of toys, a lot of investments, things like that. But like, so in the world's view, I would have a lot of money, but I would never trade that for like what we have now.
Yeah,
like the marriage side, the family side.
And everybody feels differently about that, and their feeling wise to like wait versus get married young. They want to be in a comfortable position, but we just both were on the same page, and that we would so much rather not waste those years apart as far as like not being married and just figure it out together. And that's what we're doing.
I would never go back.
Never sacrifice being young and figuring things out, and like, I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't mean as much. I would not trade anything for the past 3 years. It's just not worth it.
No, yeah, there's no amount of money that would make me go back and change what we've done now. The next thing here is, if you want to have a great marriage, you need to be humble enough to ask yourself, what changes do I need to make?
Okay, I saw a piece of like not paper, I'm just thinking piece of paper. Shawn Johnson was an Olympic gymnast, and she was on a podcast, and she was talking about, and I'm gonna kind of get it wrong, but so I'm paraphrasing, talking about how your spouse should be like the most accurate mirror of you. And it's talking about, you know, how you spend all this time. I need to look it up because I feel like I'm butchering it. But she was saying, you know, they see the most authentic version of you all the time, usually, you know, like this is who you live with. So you should trust them enough to talk to them.
We'll play it real fast.
If you trust your spouse enough to get married, then you should trust that they're the most realistic mirror of yourself. So whenever he, with the way he explained it, he's like, when my wife comes to me and says, I am acting like this, instead of being defensive, I have to trust that she's right. And that's really hard.
Yeah. People are all about like self-development. And I don't think there's any better tool for it than marriage. And self-development is not the goal for marriage, but it's an awesome side effect.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the best at that. It's like Sean and I will get in an argument and it's like, all right, we've had this conversation 90 times. Yeah. And it's ended in tears every time. But this go around, we're going to do something different. And it forces you to say, okay, maybe I'm the problem.
All right, so that is Sean and her husband talking about that. That's really good stuff. Like,
yeah, I feel like you can unpack all of that.
It's so easy to be defensive when your spouse criticizes, or not criticizes, but like, well, I guess criticizes. I mean, when your spouse corrects you for something,
or comes to you and tries to approach you with something that
is an issue for them.
Yeah. And I just feel like I've never looked at it that way or thought about it that way. And, you know, obviously we're still pretty young in marriage. So people that have been married a lot longer than us, it's probably more true for you the more years you've spent with somebody. But I feel like that's kind of wild to sit there and think about. You know, if you truly trust your spouse enough to marry them, obviously, then you should trust that they know you and that they can see and that it's probably true. You know,
well, like you also have to think of it this way of when your spouse says something to you, like when I say something to you that bothers me or something, it's not me trying to like get onto you or make you feel bad about yourself.
Right.
Like it's not it's not that at all.
Yeah.
And if you like you said, if you trust your spouse enough, if you married, if you trust them with your children, if you trust them with your finance, like if you are all in with them, then it's not it really shouldn't be. I guess there are marriages that this happens, but 90% of the time I feel like it's not your spouse trying to reprimand you.
Right. And I think too you have to ask yourself, like, do you think that's a conversation that they're wanting to have? Like, do you think that's a fun thing to talk about and bring up? Like,
so how would we say, you could probably do a whole episode out of this. How could you say you can handle like correction better or like improvement? Because that's something I feel like that's probably one of the biggest causes for fights in marriages.
Well, I think one thing to understand that we've already talked about is, you know, and there's one in here about being, you know, you either both win or you both lose.
Yeah.
So it's ultimately for the betterment of your marriage, you know, and you're on the same team, all that fun stuff. But I think too, a big part of it is you immediately feel, I think there's a way to approach it, first of all, that like they didn't really touch on. So that matters, you know, in the way you approach that conversation.
There's a lot of different variables in that. The time that you talk about it, the location,
the attitude,
the atmosphere, your tone,
the attitude, all of those things matter when
guys,
you're
listen,
obviously
tone is everything. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like, come on.
When you approach that conversation. So obviously the approach matters, but B, I think you immediately want to put on the defense because you feel like your pride's taking a little bit of a hit. But also, I don't really know how to explain this, but in marriage, like you almost can't have pride.
If you really want your marriage to be better, if that's truly what you want in life, you would take every bit of constructive criticism your spouse could give you.
Yeah. But I think too, you know, you think about, oh, well, you know, your pride takes a hit, but also you sit there and think about it, but it's like, who cares? Like, it's you and your spouse around. It's not, well, you know, if you were to do it in front of other people, that's a no-no.
Location,
yeah. But, you know, I feel like you immediately get embarrassed or whatever. I would. Like, if you came to me or whatever, it would be easy to feel like that. But remembering that you have to kind of do away with that. you know, when we talk about trusting that your spouse is the most accurate mirror of you, there's no point in putting that guard up and putting that wall up and trying to be defensive, because you know in the back of your head, even when it doesn't feel like it, that they just want the best for you and they're just trying to better you and the marriage.
But there are two very, very important sides of that. The receiving side. We skimmed over the approach side, but that is the biggest, I would say, is like how you approach is how the other person's going to receive it.
Yeah.
If you come at me like you're talking down to me,
right,
or like you're correct, like you're getting on to me for something I did, like, and I think that's where we've had big problems over the years, is like when I come to you and I don't like say it in the right tone or use the right verbiage, like it sounds to you like I'm getting on to you, or like literally like reprimanding you like a child.
Yeah.
And like that's something that we literally 7 seconds ago, Savannah's on her phone.
Yeah.
And it bugs me when she gets on her phone and we're doing a podcast. She's listening, but to me, I don't have her full attention. The show doesn't have her full attention, and she wasn't doing anything. But I literally, like, I went to her and I said, put your phone down. Something like, I said, we're going to sit here until you put your phone down.
Yeah. And I was like,
and your response to that was literally, you're not my dad. Don't tell me when to do. And like, that's real life. Like, that's something, it's silly, funny, stupid.
Right.
But take that and multiply it times 10 to a bigger issue.
Yeah.
And that's how you really get into big fights. And if we sat there and went back and forth about that, and like,
yeah, and I think
that
it goes
could turn
the same
into
way.
something
Like,
so big.
I'll expose myself too. I think that there are a lot of times that I can come across as like nagging. Like, I nag you about things.
Preach it. Preach it. Keep on coming. I'm going to turn you all the way up.
Right.
What is my soundboard? Do I have any like cheering sounds?
Okay, settle down. No, just stop. Stop.
No good sounds. I need to get that thing loaded.
So I think that's one thing that I have to be aware about when I approach you about things.
Yeah.
Is that I'm not, nagging you about XYZ or getting on you about this. It's about having a conversation. You don't need that. I think that's another way to approach it too, is don't come at them like you're going to talk to them about something. It's a conversation that you want to have with them to get their thoughts too. Because I think that, like we said, you're hopeful that their spouse on the receiving end is receptive and trusting that it's coming from a place of love and genuine like concern and want to address whatever's going on. So you hope that they're ready for that and calm and understanding.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's real life. Like, it's all in the way you approach things. It's about the way you receive things. The approach and the reception is like everything.
I think the important thing, we always talk about because I think that quote or that little snippet can be perceived on both ends. You don't, when approaching and when receiving, just, remember that you love and trust your spouse enough to be with them. Like, you should trust them enough to have a good insight to change.
And if you're hearing this and you're like, okay, I don't feel that way about my spouse, like I don't trust her, that, like then y'all need to look at doing some type of counseling or therapy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Have the conversation. Y'all two have the conversation. Like, sit down and address these issues, because if you let these things boil and fester over time, it's just going to turn into something bigger.
Yeah, but and the truth is like, not to discourage anybody if you're not in that place from doing it, but it is quite frankly one of the most annoying things. I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes it's so annoying to feel like somebody knows you better than you, because you're often blinded by your problems and like the things that you're not good at or could be better at because you're focused on everybody else.
I know you better than you know me.
Right. But it's reality, and it's something that truthfully we should honestly be more thankful for, because I think that it's oftentimes like we don't want to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit to it, but if somebody comes to you and addresses a thing, then you're much more likely to actually do something about it than you are to just like admit it to yourself and, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, that's good. We got two more here, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Always strive to give your spouse the very best of yourself, not what's left over after you gave your best to everyone else. This takes me back to what AJ Brensel said at Together in the Trades 2021. Him and Alicia spoke about imposter syndrome, and he made the statement that said, how many people are proud of how long they worked, but not proud of how long they spent time with their kids?
Yeah, like when was the last time you bragged about... Yeah.
You bragged about how long you worked, but when's the last time you bragged about how much time you spent with your kids? This is the perfect example of you brag about spending time with your buddies on the golf course. You go hang out with them. You work. You spend all your days out on the mower. You give all your time to your customers. Like you're not, maybe you say, well, I'm just mowing. I'm just
that's
working.
Something, yeah. Like and often people pride themselves in how well they respond to people and how quickly they get on the phone with them and how quickly that they respond and get back with people, which is great. But like, are you that way with your spouse? Like, are you that attentive with them and that like you prioritize them in that way too? Because I think that's something that is easy to let fall to the back burner when you're busy with work, but like they're still first, Yep.
If you, I mean, your business, your clients never come before your spouse at the end of the day. Like there's going to be times in business where y'all talk about like this grind week, grind month, whatever.
Right.
Like,
and that's not to say your spouse isn't understanding of those things, but I think too, something that we talk about and we kind of struggle with is like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't open that can of worms.
What?
Just like, priding yourself on being the first and being responsive and all those things. But sometimes that means like you or somebody answering the phone at dinner. Like, is that putting your spouse first?
Yeah.
No. Like you taking time away, like when, or in the middle of a family function, or we're on.
So my rebuttal to that would be, not rebuttal, but conversation is you and your spouse have to be on the same page. There's a time and there's a place.
Oh, for sure.
In the spring rush, when you're trying to grow your company, when you're trying to bring on new clients, you answer the phone. You answer the phone as many times as you can.
Yeah.
Because from March to June, the first person that answers the phone and gets you a quote is the one that's going to get the job 85 to 90% of the time.
Right.
Hands down, that is it. As a consumer, I'm that way. I've told the story before. We busted a door last year. I called 7 glass companies. None of them answered. I called the 8th one. He answered. He got me a quote within 20 minutes. He was signed up. All the others called me back later. I didn't even answer the phone because I didn't need them anymore.
Yeah.
And that is what happens. Like, so you have to realize, your spouse has to realize, you have to communicate this. You can't just say, oh, I have to get it. I have to, the client needs me. I have to do. You need to sit down and say, look, from March to June, this is spring rush. We're trying to grow. We're trying to grow our top line. We're trying to grow our customer base. This is the year of growth for us. You answer the phone whenever you have to. Mm-hmm. And as long as your spouse knows that and knows what's involved with that, then they're going to be okay. But if you just sit there and say, no, I got to get it. I got to take it. Got to run away. Like, does that make sense? Like, you have to, I mean, that's my
I just think you can't, that's like a slippery slope.
It cannot turn into something that's every single night year round.
Yeah.
There has to be
boundaries with that because, like you said, you hope that your spouse is understanding of that, but I don't care who you are. Like,
I mean, it's going to get old.
It gets old after however long. And that's just reality. Like, we've had conversations, like, we're on the same page. I understand. Like, he steps away from the table. It happens. Like, it is part of it. But you have to be on the same page, and you have to understand, too, that, like, I don't know. You just have to respect each other in that. Because there are times when you need to know that it's just not the night. It's just not the time. And that's with reading the room and approaching. But anyways.
100%. The last one we're going to get into.
We already talked about that.
No,
wins and losses together.
I mean, what? Wins and losses together? Where do you see that?
You either win together or lose together.
Yeah, but okay, whatever. Move on. We'll do some funny ones then. We'll do 2 funny ones and then we'll wrap this thing up here.
I think this one's great. I think this is the best one we've done.
What? The quote?
Just read it.
Let's see.
This is the most truthful one.
Wives are the best people to share your secrets with. They'll never tell anyone because they aren't even listening.
Okay, that's
good.
the worst quote I've ever heard.
That is the best one I've ever heard in my life.
Here's what it really says, everyone. Husbands are the best people to share your secrets with. They will never tell because they weren't even listening. Isn't that so good?
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that so good?
It's pretty real.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty real. It's fun. Some of the funny ones aren't even supposed to be real, but they actually are.
This one says... No, this like isn't another quote, but she said, there are times during a long conversation I thought my husband wasn't listening, and he surprised me and showed me that he was actually listening. It happens about once a year. Most often there are times he wasn't when I thought he was.
That's funny right there.
I mean, yeah. My favorite ever is in bed when I think we're having a great
Okay. That is a good time. But
at night, chill out. When we're having a conversation and the next day you have no
I have no clue.
Y'all the
worst. This is the thing though.
He'll
Savannah
respond.
wants to get in the bed and have like
he
stop talking.
Me.
All right, you're getting turned down. So okay, this
funny.
is
it's never
this is what happens.
It's not funny when you do that. Stop doing that.
This is what happens. We get in the bed at midnight, and you're like, "Oh, let's catch up on our day. Let's plan the week. Let's have a conversation."
Okay.
When my head hits the pillow, I want to go to sleep.
I don't want to have a conversation. The most untrue thing I've ever heard.
We can stay up all night and sit on the couch and talk. When I get into bed, I'm going to sleep.
Okay. Those things that he just said weren't true.
What's not true about that?
The things that I try to do are like talk about the next day, or like if I have an important like question or whatever.
You can ask that while you're getting ready for bed.
We're
That's
not
a 20-minute process.
You're usually working. So
okay, come
what
on.
do you want? Yeah. So I'll ask a question and he will answer, like speak to me. And then the next day he claims he has no memory of this.
Yeah,
because I guess he sleep talks.
No, I don't.
So I'm done.
I don't sleep talk.
I don't talk to him at night anymore.
Well, it's about time you learn. 3 years in. I mean, how much longer does it take? Maybe one day you'll learn to stop planning your days at midnight when we're getting into bed.
Well, I don't have time to talk to you otherwise.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is the last one. I'm the boss in my house. My wife is just the decision maker. That's pretty good.
I think that's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I think this one's even better.
My wife would take a bullet for me, but then she would criticize the way I drove her to the hospital afterward.
My husband would take a bullet for me and then criticize the way I drove. We've already talked about how you criticize the way I drive. So that's true.
What do you mean? Well, you do. You drive terrible.
Yeah, so there.
No, if it was my life spinning, okay, stop going through all these. We're done. That's enough. That's enough funny for today.
I think there might be another more accurate one.
Those were all pretty accurate. I mean,
that one's not that funny. That one's not that funny. Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, show's over. Goodbye.
Sorry, I was late because I had to find all the things my husband. Yeah. Sorry, I was late because I had to find all the things from my husband that were in plain sight. It's a good one. It's a really good one.
All right. Well, you get nothing for that. So,
because it's true.
Your driving sucks, and you try to talk or plan our week at midnight. So, what else do you have? I mean, what else can I say to that? So,
is there a magnet over here?
Probably. Yeah, the keyboard's magnetic.
Oh, okay. My bracelets keep sticking to it.
Well, that's gonna wrap this show up. Hard stop there. I think that's pretty good though. I think that was pretty good. Just talking about something like this gets you in the marriage mood.
We only have one more podcast on 75 Hard.
Yeah, that is true.
My day just got 10 times better. Everything now is in relation to like how
much
done
more
we
do we
are.
have left before? Yeah, what do we have to do before we're done?
I only have to work one more work week because we're going to Montana. But still, one more podcast. That means I'll only get one more update while we're still doing it.
We'll do a fun update though in Montana.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to do them in Montana. That's going to be so fun. I just thought about that.
I wish we had a board with like 10 people. We could have like a massive group of people on here.
That would be fun. There's only 4?
Yeah, there's only 4.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning into the show. I hope you enjoyed it. That was just a real that was a marriage one. We haven't done like an actual marriage one in a long time.
You're welcome.
Well, you should be saying you're welcome to motivationformom.com. That's where we got this stuff from. So
yeah, it's great.
Go read some quotes if you want to. But we took it and put our own spin on it. This is just, like I said, sometimes it just takes you seeing something in front of you to realize like, oh, these are really good topics that you easily get forgotten about.
Right.
And so, like I said, motivationformom.com if you want to go read where we got these from. So
yeah.
Together Trades is next week. So excited to see everybody in Montana. We got a crazy week of work here. Independence Day is Tuesday. Excited for that. Everybody needs to enjoy some time. Don't be mowing people's yards. You can mow some commercial stuff if you need to, but people don't want you on their yards on Independence Day. Remember what it's for. We talked about that on Friday. The importance of the Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, all of the things that our nation was founded on. Never forget where we came from. And we're going down here very, very quickly, but we just need to remember our roots and go do that and celebrate that this weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. I said this weekend on Tuesday. The lakes will be wide open, so be careful. I know we'll be on the lake on Tuesday. Somebody will die. Like it just.
Oh my gosh!
It happens every year. Somebody will die.
Like that?
It's tragic, but somebody will die. Because
maybe someone will be hurt.
They're doing something stupid, and so
someone will get hurt.
Someone will get hurt. Whatever. You put your own spin on it. So it's kind of a morbid way to end the show.
Yeah, like what's wrong with you?
Don't be the one that dies, please.
Just don't be the one that gets hurt. Yeah, no one has to die.
Don't be the one that get hurt. So
just be smart. Jeez.
Look forward to seeing everybody in Montana. Leave us a big 5-star for the show if you enjoyed it. What else is going on? Use code GG50 to go to Equip. Savannah will be at Equip this year. That'll be her first trip.
First timer over
excited. Exciting to see. You're not going to last. You're not going to make it.
Not going to last.
Day 2, you're going to be like, oh, this is terrible.
What do you mean?
So much walking.
So much walking.
Yeah, there's so much walking. Your feet are going to be dead by the end of it.
Okay.
What? Why are you acting like that?
My job is to be on my feet for 12 hours.
I guess. Well, then maybe you'll be prepared.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be carrying me around. My feet are dead by the end of it. Bring good walking shoes. But we'll do an Equip show at some point down the road.
It'll be fun.
That's it. I think that's everything. It's everything we needed to cover. So go book a call with John Pajak. Budgets, break-evens, bottom lines. That's random. But
yeah, what?
Pajak will take care of you. Good financial advice. Go listen to his podcast, Profits with Pajak. He just had a good tax series that was very, very informative. Sign up for the Landscaping Bookkeeper, thelandscapingbookkeeper.com. Tell him that you heard about us here on the show. It will save you a lot of money. And so that is worth it. Best bookkeepers in the biz. We've got a couple people that just signed up with him recently. Their businesses are going to change for the future, for the better. I'm excited to see what these guys are doing and the way that they can change their businesses just by getting their books in order. So,
wow, that was slow.
Without any further ado, that's going to wrap this episode up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're just trying to grow the community one relationship at a time, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.